Hi everyone, welcome to the second segment of In Lauren's Kitchen, and I'm here today with another one of my chefs. Very excited about Chef Micko, and we're going to demonstrate, actually he's going to demonstrate one of his easy dishes. So the whole purpose of my chef placement business is to let people have access to made from scratch food, mostly farm to table, and prepared by a professional. Initially I was doing this for my clients, but it's just me. So I started to research all of my chefs that either were in my Cordon Bleu program or through another chef that I placed with one of my other families who's been phenomenal. And that's how I met Chef Micko. So today he's going to demonstrate an easy recipe. So again, cooking from scratch is crucial. Really diversifying your diet to build a healthy microbiome, super important. And to cook again with 100% organic ingredients. So, Chef Micko, tell us what we're going to do today. Very excited.
How's it going, guys? Well, today we're going to do something really simple, something that can be on the go, like everyone is, on an everyday basis. We're going to make a simple salad called the Miso Crunch Bowl. So first here we have a few ingredients here. We have some black kale that's been chopped, some arugula, but these are just some of the greens that I grabbed from Lauren's wonderful pantry. But the greens that you can use are very versatile. You can also use spinach, you can also use Swiss chard, you can use any type of tender leafy greens that are really good for you.
Absolutely. So just one second, I just want to add, if you haven't done your biome test yet, it's really a great test to see what foods are best for your microbiome. So what I found out recently in my last test, I didn't tell you about this test, is that I can't do Swiss chard or spinach, because I have some kind of weird virus in my gut that doesn't process it well. So my superfoods are actually right here. Kale, black dinosaur kale, and the wild leafy greens, particularly wild arugula. So again, really you want to eat for your type. We're all bio-individual, and that's kind of where I come into play. So continue on.
That's right. And then again, we have some chopped carrots there, julienne carrots, some red onion, and some healthy fats, some avocado. We also have some toasted pine nuts. But again, you can use crushed peanuts. You can use sesame seeds. This salad's very versatile. And on now to the dressing. As you see here, I kind of started here already. This is some miso paste.
Yes, and I think this is my chickpea, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So again, some people can't use the soy products, even though it's fermented. So fermented digests in your gut a lot differently than regular soy. So just know that. But I like to use the chickpea, which is fermented. So it really makes it, again, good for the gut. So I love this product.
Perfect. And then I just added a little bit of some raw honey. For the natural sweetness, a little bit of rice vinegar for some punch.
So are we going to have measurements for my clients that need to follow a recipe to the T?
Yes, there is a recipe on
my blog
That's right.
and on my Instagram
we'll have that posted up.
and on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that.
I'm also adding some little Dijon mustard. You can use yellow mustard if you don't have Dijon at home.
Perfect. So he's doing like 3 squeezes. I'm kind of giving you the recipe details.
It's about 3 tablespoons.
Yeah.
Right. And then now that we have all 4 ingredients in the bowl, we're just gonna mix it up, whisk it all together. The miso sometimes, a little tip for them, miso can kind of be a little tricky because it's pretty thick, but once you get in there, it'll start to loosen up a little bit.
I love the flavor of miso.
So this is no salt added in here. Everything is here, it's all natural, you say, right?
Yes. So those of you who are following a low sodium diet, this is a great dressing to add to the repertoire.
If it's a little too thick, you can always
get in there.
Add a little water.
So you're not adding any additional oil to this, are you?
No, ma'am.
Wow, that's so good. I can see this going over everything from fish to rice to chicken. Wow.
That's correct.
Absolutely delicious.
I'm just going to add just a little water just to give it a little
Got it?
smoothness.
Filtered water only, please, guys.
And I think that should do it. This is very simple. 4 ingredients all in one bowl.
So also the key to these videos too is for my folks that don't like laborious recipes with a gazillion ingredients. Most of these recipes are 10 ingredients or less, which is also part of my cookbook that will be available on, I think we're going to do on Amazon, I'm not sure yet, but everything is 10 ingredients or less, farm to table. Okay?
Perfect.
Okay, what next?
Okay, we are now going to cook the scallops, but in the meantime, while that is warming up.
Okay, so you're warming the pan first without an oil in that, correct?
No oil.
No oil. So that's a mistake I made because I put the oil in first. Why do we not do that?
Safety.
Okay. So the oil
For
doesn't
safety
spread all
reasons,
over
yes.
you. Okay,
Of course.
that's good.
But in order, to make sure, yes, I mean, you have to make sure your pan is hot. That's the first
Yes,
thing you want to take note. And once your pan's hot, then that's when you can add
Okay, sounds good.
your cooking fats.
So again, cooking fats, guys. So when I do my chef placement service, what I make sure of is that my chefs who are trained typically in culinary institutions, fancy and all that, what we don't learn in those institutions is how to cook with healthy fats, what temperatures to cook the fats in. So that's where I come into play. So in my chef placement service, I first go in, set up the kitchen, all the healthy fats, and also I work with my chefs to make sure that they're not taking the healthy fats and turning them into unhealthy fats by oxidation. So how do you oxidate? Well, you turn the heat up too high and you cook with the wrong oil. So we are going to cook today with sesame oil.
Correct.
So sesame oil has a burning point of 450, and when you turn on to 350, which is the medium high, you're still keeping that oil safe. You're not letting the oil oxidize, so you're still having a healthy fat. So here we go. What's happening on the scallops?
So, see this? These are just some scallops.
Wait, not just any scallops.
Yes.
This is from Pacifica Seafood. This is the Sunday Farmers Market, both in the Palisades and in Brentwood. These are wild caught. So the difference between wild caught and regular conventional, just sustainable, even sustainable, is you're not getting those healthy omega-3 fatty acids. And you're subjected to potential carcinogens. So you really want to make sure that you're having wild caught. Okay, so how are we seasoning this?
We're seasoning this with a little bit of sea salt and some red chili flakes and some black pepper.
Oh, yummy. Did I give you the black pepper?
I did not.
Let me get you that. Okay.
Thank you. And again, this seasoning is very versatile. You can use whatever you'd like. But today we're just using sea salt and red chili flakes and black pepper.
Here we go.
Perfect.
I really need to get a pepper mill. Haven't done that yet.
No, that's it.
But I just got great seasonings from my friend, Mark Jacobs. He has a wonderful company, 100% organic spices, called Watkins Spice. He's a friend from Minneapolis and does a wonderful job with all these organic spices. You have to have organic spices, guys. Okay. So this is a crunch bowl. So what's going to be the crunchy part of it? Is
The
it
crunchy part will be some of the carrots.
Yes.
You have the greens. You have the nuts in there. Did we talk about the quinoa?
No, but
the healthy grains.
We're going to talk about the healthy grains. So I would say about 3 to 4 days a week I practice a grain-free diet, because a grain-free diet really eliminates any kind of inflammation. And then quinoa really isn't a grain technically, it's a seed. So you can actually make this crunchy, so it could be another crunchy element.
Yes.
So this particular Lundberg is the only brand that's been tested for low levels or no levels of arsenic. So I only use Lundberg. There's also another grain at the farmer's market on Wednesday, and I don't remember the name, but if you direct message me, I will find out, I'll investigate. So this is the Tree Calori brand, and I usually soak this overnight, but in the interest of time, I'm not going to do that. You can buy this already sprouted. So once you soak, you end up germinating the seed, and it gets a little sprout to it, and it creates a more digestible grain, or seed in this case. But we're not going to do that today. So we're going to cook the grain. Okay, so here we go.
So see how your pot, it's very hot now, right? You see the smoke coming out?
Yep.
You want to just turn down your heat just a little bit.
Okay, so we're down like medium to medium low?
Yes, perfect. And then we're just gonna quickly pan sear these beautiful scallops.
Okay. Gorgeous. I had these last night, they're so delicious.
And if you hear that sizzle, that means you're on a good roll.
So how long should we cook these? Because I like them really tender. because they can get dry.
I would want to say 2 to 3 minutes for each side.
2 to 3 minutes.
Kind of treating it like a steak.
Okay. Sounds good.
So you want the inside to be nice and tender.
Love it. Okay. Yummy. Can't wait. Should I get some bowls out for us to taste it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. We can start building our.
We're building a bowl.
We can start building our bowls.
Building a bowl.
So one by one here we can start. So if there was grains here, we can add the grains on the bottom, right?
But this can also be a dish for those of my clients who are grain-free, right?
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
I'm going to do grain-free today.
Grain-free, that's right. Got some of our chopped kale.
Yum.
And the reason why these are chopped very thin is because they get a little grainy. Yeah, so chop them thin.
Because I don't typically do that. Okay, so that's a good tip.
Okay, add a little bit of julienne carrots on there.
Can't wait to try this food. I'm so hungry. I've been intermittent fasting, so I still haven't eaten. It's been 16 hours, so this is going to be my break fast.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to.
So I noticed that you haven't put lemon on the avocado, and it's still staying nice and green. Nothing all brown and icky.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been out for a few minutes, but yes, you would definitely put some lemon if
But you don't need any for
it
this
goes out
dish.
longer. Not for this dish.
Okay.
No. But you can definitely add lemon if you love lemon.
I'm a lemon person.
If you don't, if you want to save on calories, screw the dressing, fresh lemon juice. That's fine too, right?
Gotta have the dressing. So slicing an avocado, observe this, guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make some little
cubes
here for later. We'll garnish it with avocado.
Okay.
We'll wait for the scallops. We gotta flip those scallops soon.
Scallops. Do you want a spoon?
Or a spatula.
Yeah, I got a spatula.
Yeah.
Next side. Yep. Yep. I've got a couple of them. I've got a rubber one. Again, so what I also just do with this shelf placement companies, when we come in, not only do you get a chef, and you know what? Everyone thinks that chefs are just for the kind of the wealthy, and it's not necessarily true. A lot of my chefs are just looking for a couple of days of work to fill in their schedules because they're working for their families. And you know what? Realizing your health goals, sometimes we can't do it on our own. The dietary success rate when you follow protocol is less than 50%. So when clients used to walk away from my kitchen, away from my office, they would go away and then they'd have their dietary protocol. They'd come back in 2 weeks and say, you know what, Lauren, I thought I could do this, but I can't do it on my own. So I used to do it for them. We used to have a food delivery service. It was just too much. I can't be all things to all people. So I started meeting up with some of my old chefs, and then I found new chefs. And all of the chefs have a similar philosophy, and that is my absolute requirement. They're very health conscious, and they know how to do different dietary protocols. So I have chefs that do vegan, I have chefs that do vegetarian, paleo, keto, Whole30, you name it. But I also give a very specific dietary plan in the first consult, which is part of my placement fee. So, text me, direct message me, I'll give you more info on that. Okay, so here we have the avocado out, which is going on top of the bowl. I have to get a lemon because I love lemon. Do you mind?
Absolutely, please help yourself.
Actually, can I do lime? Because I love avocado.
Absolutely, whatever you'd like.
This is yummy.
Thank you.
So you already flipped, so you did 3 minutes on one side?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the flip has happened. Yum. So healthy, so clean. I love bowls. I mean, that's a new craze right now. Eating out of a bowl, so much fun. And not only is it fun, you can actually build a meal right in one plate. The bowl that is. It's also good for portion control. Because most of us eat way too much and way too much protein, animal protein. So we want to make sure that we're eating the right protein for our body type, size, and weight. Everyone has a different prescription. So I can help you figure out what your protein needs are based on several things: your BMI, your body mass index, and your blood type, and your blood work. So you need all of it, okay? looks good. It smells good. It doesn't smell fishy. So what are we getting out now? Some garlic?
Some sesame, some garnish.
Okay.
And should be ready in seconds.
Okay, so countdown to lunch. I'm going to be out there intermittent fasting. God, it's such a great thing to build our glutathione levels, which is the energy of our cells, and to keep our weight down. I think since I've been doing this, it's been about a year and a half. I don't weigh myself. I don't recommend my clients do so either. But my jeans are all big, so that's kind of a good sign, and I feel incredibly energetic. So if you've been following me, you know that a couple of years ago, I was having some RA symptoms, which is rheumatoid arthritis, and some joint pains and aches. And after, first of all, eliminating a lot of the EMFs surrounding us, toxic chemicals, and really adhering to this diet and that window of eating. So I finished my last meal probably around 7:38, and I don't eat again until the next day, like between like 11 and 12. So that gives me like a 16-hour window. Intermittent fasting is not right for everyone. So if you're still struggling with Hashimoto's or Graves' disease or other forms of issues that have to do with energy production, see me before you try it, and I'll help you. Okay. It's here.
Sounds good. All right, so we are.
Yeah, this dressing, guys, is like.
Yeah. So time to build.
Okay, let's keep building. What do you need? Actually,
sorry.
One of the chapters in my book is called Build a Meal, so this is what we're doing here.
Just scallops right on top here.
Yeah, that looks so good. So again, the serving size is typically 3 ounces of protein. When it comes to fish, it's about 4 ounces. If you're over 125 pounds, it's about 3.5 to 4 ounces.
Just a little dressing right on top.
Yum. That looks delish. We gotta photograph this. Can you come up close and do some close-ups? This is so yummy. So if I have my garden maintained in the back, which I don't, my herbs are in definite needs for some love and care from my girlfriend Karen, who is my green thumb, to get my herbs back up and running and my lettuces. It's the time to plant. Yes.
A little bit of extra.
I love how chefs work. It's just like,
oh, thank you. And I think that should do it, guys.
Voila.
This is it. And that was.
Thank you so much.
You're very
It was lovely
welcome, of course.
having you help in the kitchen and having you create this. So Chef Micko is available, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to have some exquisite meals and to adhere to your dietary protocol, please contact me as soon as possible because he won't be available for long. I
So
can guarantee
please.
it. Yes. Enjoy, everyone. I get to eat now. Yay. Thank you. Bon appetit.